Hi, everybody. This is Roy Clemis, your Lambtown Festival president. And in this brief video, I am going to give you an overview of the Lambtown Festival app. The app is our home for 2020 virtual Lambtown Festival. So I'm going to give you just a brief run through here of all the different features and things we can do within the app. So you'll notice that right underneath that Lambtown merchandise banner, there are 4 icons, and that's what I'm going to start with. So I'll tap on the first one, which says admission and information. And here there's a little bit of information, a little love letter from me under the welcome, and a little note about admission. It is free to participate with us here on Lambtown Festival this year, but we do recommend a donation of $5 or more, and you can make that right through that link. Also, you can go to the lambtown.org website to make that. And for those of you who are new to Lambtown Festival this year, there's just a little bit about the festival, how and where we got started. Now I'm going to tap the back button again here and tap on how-to videos. And these videos are created by Crowd Compass, who is the people that built the app for us. And they've done a great job showing you all kinds of different things, like let's say managing your privacy. This is going to pop open a quick little YouTube video. You can see it's 1.5 minutes long. And this is going to tell you how to manage your privacy within the app. Okay, so there's all kinds of good information here as far as using the app. And if videos aren't your thing, the About This App tab gives you all kinds of info, something just like, let's say, meet the sponsors here. It tells you how to find the different vendors and sponsors. So all kinds of good info here as far as telling you how to use the app if you have a question as far as, what do you do or how do you reach something. So those how-to videos and About This App are good spots. And then if you need to contact us, our contact info is right there, and you can link that right within the app. If you tap Contact Us page, it'll actually take you to the Lambtown Festival website. If you tap on where it says info@lambtown.org in the blue over there, it'll open your native mail app, and you can email us directly that way. So I'm going to go back, and now I'm going to tap on the activity feed, which is the next icon there. And there's nothing here yet. We haven't got started with the activity feed, so don't worry. This is going to start populating as more people start to log on and as we release the app. So a couple of things here. The event feed is things that are posted by people within the event. The social wall, which is the next tab over, this is things that are going to populate that are hashtagged with hashtag Lambtown Festival or Lambtown Festival 2020. So that this will be pulling things in from Twitter and other social media feeds. And then if you do want to post to the event feed, on the top right corner, you can see where it says post. And if we tap on that, it'll bring that up. It automatically hashtags it for us so that it goes out and people can find it when they're searching. You can just tap where it says add a photo. And then when you're done and you write a little something about it, you tap share and it automatically comes up on the event feed. I'm going to click back here, and the next icon over is vendors. So I'll tap on that briefly, and you can see this brings up a little menu with a few different things. Vendors is going to give us all of the vendors. So all of our vendors, all of our sponsors as well are in here, and these are split out alphabetically. And let's see, if I go through maybe just one profile here really quickly, just to give you an idea of what's going on. This is what a vendor profile looks like. It has their logo up at the top. You can bookmark it if you want to find it easier. Later, you can always find your bookmarks from your profile, and I'll talk about that towards the end of the video. You can write yourself a note. Wow, I love Fibershed Marketplace. And I'll hit save, and again, I'll show you where it's really easy to find these notes later. But that's one of the features that I really love about this app, is that as you're going through, if you see a company or a session or something like that, you can bookmark it, write some notes down, and then it's really easy to find them all later. You don't have to go back and find that company. Okay. So let's see. Oh, there's a typo there. That says Carolina Homespun, and that should say Fibershed Marketplace. But if you look under description, where it says Carolina Homespun will be interviewed. This should say Fibershed Marketplace will be interviewed live on Friday, October 2nd at 1:40 p.m. Click or tap here to watch or add to your schedule. So we tap that, it brings it up, and we can log into that later. And this shows us their marketplace interview, okay? So I should say their meet the vendor interview. And each vendor gets a 15-minute live interview, and that's on festival weekend. And so here again, we could bookmark it, we can make notes, we can add it to the schedule, all kinds of different things, just so that we're aware of it and we don't miss out on that. Okay, so that's linked there. And then they also have their contact info down at the bottom, and then they have photos. So in this instance, they have a handful of photos at the bottom. A lot of the vendors and sponsors have PDFs at the bottom, so they'll have catalogs. I saw one company did a pop-up booth, basically, that you can print out and fold up and pretend that you're in their booth. I thought that was really great. So you really want to pay attention and check out what's going on, because these vendor profiles have a lot of stuff going on there. Not just the the contact info, but also their website, their Instagram. You can see down there where it says under websites. So like I said, photos, the PDFs, all kinds of stuff going on. So, don't just gloss over, reading the description and checking out the, what time they're scheduled to be live in the marketplace. But, make sure you check out everything, as far as take a look at the photos, take a look at the catalogs, or some people have put up free patterns, or different, instructions, demonstrations, things like that. So make sure to check out all of that and take advantage of everything that our vendors have put together, and all the time and effort that they've put together to give their best presence and put their best foot forward here for our virtual version of Lambtown Festival. So that live schedule I was talking about, we can click on that, and this tells you everybody that is going to be live, and gives you all of their different time slots, and you can see that. So if we want to just pop over to one, we can bookmark it for later. We can add it to our calendar, so now it'll show up. As well as give us reminders, I believe. And then down there where it says live Q&A, 1 hour before the vendor session opens, you can toss some questions in there that you'd like them to answer. And then when it is over, you can come back and you can give them a little rating from 1 to 5 stars. And also so for this particular one at 1 p.m. on October 3rd, if you tap that meet the vendor, it will take you to their Zoom session. It'll take you right to it. So you don't have to navigate away or anything. If you tap that, it'll take you right to Zoom. And I'm going to go back here, and we're going to go search by category. So if you're looking for something specific, like let's say you want to find yarn, right? That's something we seem to have a lot of. So this is all the people who have yarn, whether it's indie dyers, whether it's a fiber producer or a mill that has their own, but this is everybody who has yarn. Let's see, there's probably something that has fewer things, maybe fiber processors. There we go. So here's a couple of people who are processing their own fibers, okay? So you can take a look here if you specifically want to get some fiber processed. There's the people to contact. And I'm going to tap back and back again, and then, so that was search by category. And the last thing here is support Dixon. So, one of the things about this year is that we won't all be converging in Dixon. We won't all be spending money at, say, the Best Western Plus, or in the city itself, and generating some sales tax revenue, or supporting some of these companies like Smoke and You Barbecue, who we all love to get our lamb burgers from and everything else during the festival. So this is just kind of a reminder that if you're from out of town and you happen to be driving through on Highway 80, stop off if you can anyway. Support these companies who really need it, especially this year with all of us not being there. All right, I'm going to tap back on the vendors and then back on event guide. And this will take us, I'll go to our last icon, which is on the top there, which is workshops. And again, this brings up a menu. This will give us our 3 workshop instructors. You can find out about them, and from their profiles you can actually navigate right to the website. If I scroll down where it says contact info, the websites, if you want to sign up for one of Abby's websites, you just click on that link down there, and that'll take you right to workshops and the workshop page on Lambtown website, and you can sign up right there. And so here is, if I tap on workshops, here's a brief overview of each of the workshops as well as the workshop details, how we're doing them this year. It's a little different format. We are going to have an instructor panel on Saturday during festival weekend, so this is a easy way to navigate there. Okay, so again, if you tap view webcast, that will open a Zoom link, which will take you right there. So you could tap view webcast right now. Nothing's going to happen. That Zoom link has or Zoom session has not been started. So wait until a few minutes before 11 a.m. on Saturday, and then tap view webcast, and that'll get started for you. And then if you are registered for one of the workshops, these workshop watch parties take place the weekend before Lambtown Festival. And this is just an easy way to add them. Say you want to bookmark them and you want to add them to your schedule. This is an easy way to remind yourself about things that are upcoming. And also, let's see. Yes, and also if you want to register, you can just tap that blue Lambtown Festival website right from there if you have not registered. These workshop watch parties are only open to students who have registered. So there isn't an actual link there. If you are a student, you'll get the link sent directly via email. Okay, and I'm going to tap back and back. There we go. And now the middle part underneath of this screen has our featured speakers, some featured sessions, and featured sponsors. And that's just kind of a brief interview, things that are either upcoming or really important to us. We want to make sure that everybody sees and doesn't miss out on. Okay, and it might look like that's everything to the festival, but it's not. Take a look down at the bottom right where it says more. I'm going to tap on that, and this brings up a whole other venue. So you can see the first few menu options are those 4 that were at the top, those top 4 icons on the main home screen page. But after that, you can see we've still got a lot more going on. So sponsors, these are all the people who have specifically sponsored us. You can see we have the 2019 sponsor list, so anybody who sponsored Lambtown Festival for $500 or more last year, we just automatically put them in here because we all need the help. We think it's important to keep everybody's name out there and just thank them for their sponsorship. Last year, we really appreciate it, and just a good reminder to say, hey, if you can support these people like California wool growers, they're huge. It's been a really rough time for all of our fiber producers. So you can tap there and navigate to their website, find out more about them. So that is our sponsor link there. And of course that's going to grow as we get closer to the festival. We'll start adding in more of our 2020 sponsors. And our next menu here is menu item is community events. We have 3 community events planned. There's one of these each night of the festival, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. So these are all different meetups. You can tap on one to read about more. You can bookmark them, add to your schedule, make sure you don't miss them. Okay, so those are there. I'm going to jump over the next 2 menu items because I want to end with those because I think those are 2 of the funnest things that we have here. So I'm going to go to Maps. And Maps automatically opens, focused right here on Dixon. And again, these are all companies in Dixon. So we want to make sure that you are supporting these companies. So Roostaller, local brewery. Also, they grow their own hops right in Dixon. So great, really hyper local company there. There's all kinds of things. Let's see, the fairgrounds, not the best example, but we always appreciate the fairgrounds support. The Best Western. So again, if you're driving through town and you say, who can I support in and around Dixon? There's all kinds of companies that come out. Pedrick Produce is a great one there. And as I zoom out, you're going to start to see more dots pop up as we zoom out. And oh, who's that little dot up in Woodland? Oh, that's Wave Cable. All right, who's over in Sacramento? California Wool Growers is based out of there. As we keep zooming out, you're going to find more and more of our producers, you're going to find more and more of our vendors and more of our sponsors. So there is one challenge in the photo game, which I will get to in a little bit, but there is a challenge that says who's the vendor that's closest to you, and this is the way to find out. You want to take a look, and we can keep zooming out, and I'm going to zoom out so we show Utah, and hey, look at that, we have a vendor from Utah. So you can see Carolyn from Greenwood Fiberworks is all the way over there, shown up on the map as well. So if you are from out of California, that might be one of your might be your closest vendor. So there you are, there's the map, and I will go back. And attendees, we don't have very many here yet. We haven't launched the app officially, so there are just a few people. But this will really start to populate with a lot of people. Make sure you, please make sure that you add a profile, otherwise you'll look like mine. There we go, now we have one. It finally uploaded, I uploaded right before the video. So it does take a few minutes for it to upload, so it finally caught up with me. And you can see that it has a little lock on it. You have to add an attendee before you get to see their personal information. And as long as we're here on the profile, if you tap profile, you can see this list comes up, messages, appointments, contacts. So those are all kinds of, if you want to see your calendar. I don't have any appointments scheduled yet, but you can schedule those individually with other attendees. Same thing with contacts. I think, I have one contact here who's Kira. Thanks for playing along, Kira, and adding me there. Notes. So this is notes that I love. You saw me type that Fibershed note earlier, and I typed one about my own company earlier when I was playing around. And on the top right, you can see this up-facing arrow, and if I tap that, it's going to automatically give me a email, right? It's going to populate an email in the native app with all these different notes. And the great thing about this here is that you can see that it also has links. So it has links to Fibershed Marketplace. It has a link there to Clemis and Clemis, which I wrote the note about. And then also the link to Lambtown Festival. So if you want to, make a note about something and then share it with a friend later, this is a great way. If you say, hey, here's all the things that I found that I was really interested in Lambtown Festival, or maybe you have a significant other who always has a hard time shopping for you around Christmas, and you want to make a set of notes and then send it to them later and say, hey, here's the companies, here's where you find them. So the notes section is really a great way, I think, to make a note for yourself later, whether it's to send it to somebody else or just to remind yourself that you want to take a look back at that company later without having to search for them all over again. And then there is, I will also tap on messages. I should have done that first. That one's up at the top. This is a great way. You can see if you get a bunch of messages going back and forth. So here's my little conversation with Kira, testing this out. She asked about my son, and I got back to her, right? So it's a great way to message people in the app if you don't have any other contact information from them. And then the last thing here is that little cog that says settings. So this is one way, if you want to turn the game off, you can do that so that you aren't showing up on the leaderboard if you're not into that. You don't want that. And then the other thing is on the top right hand corner, you can edit profile, and that is where you can change a lot of the privacy settings and things like that. Okay, so I'm going to go back. I'm going to tap more and then hit back to attendees and back to more. There we go. Okay, so that was attendees. The last item there is search, which is just a basic search function, and it will search. There's two types of searches, I believe. If you're searching for an attendee, it'll specifically look for just through attendees, and then if you're looking for anything other than that, it'll look through all the sessions, all the vendors, everything else. Okay. So the last two menu items that I want to cover are these two in the middle where they say the game, Explore and Win, and the photo game, Click and Win. So I'm going to tap on the game, Explore and Win. Oh, of course I disabled it. Okay, because I don't want to take part in the game. I think everybody else should. So let me go back in here, and if you remember I said settings, let's enable the game, and I'll turn this on. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the game, Explore and Win. here we go. There I am. And you can see as I have been poking around the site, it has been giving me points. And you can see that I'm ranked second on the leaderboard, probably of 2 people. So you can see here there are different categories, like it says Explorer, Networking, Social Butterfly, and Discover Content. And each of these you get a kind of made up number of points as far as different things that you can do. And this is the best way, I think, for you to discover the app, to poke around and see what it is. So if it says view activity feed and you haven't done that, go find the activity feed. Go get yourself some points. If you don't have any sessions yet, go and add a couple of sessions. You'll get some more points. Okay, you can add up to 13 different sessions to get a whole bunch of points there. Okay. And then as far as networking, this is meeting other attendees and things like that, viewing profiles. Okay, so you can get different points for that. And social butterflies as far as posting to social media and things like that. So again, you can get all kinds of points. And I know the question is, well, why do I want to do that and get the points? Well, besides just learning the app and becoming familiar and becoming a pro with the app by the time Lambtown Festival weekend rolls around, the rules, and I don't know that I can change these rules here. So the rules, which are not connected here, but back on the information page, it says how to play the game, which is what this is called. The first person to complete all of the different challenges, okay, so all these challenges on here, or the person with the most points at the end of the festival at 11:59 p.m. on Sunday, October 4th, that person wins a sheepskin. Okay, so there's a little bit of a carrot dangling out there. And we have the same bounty for this game. This is called Click. Okay, this is a photo game. And let me go to, how do I find all the different photos? Okay, so here are different photos that people have started to post. Okay, and this was actually our test. This was posted by Lambtown Festival ourselves. So here are photos that have been posted, and we can, I believe, if I double tap, it'll like it. You can see that green pop up there, right? So that's a fun photo. And there we go, how to play Click, okay? So Click is a photo challenge game where, again, there are challenges, and the point is to complete all of your challenges. Here's the challenges. There we go. So if you tap on profile, it will show you all of them. And so you earn points for different challenges. And again, this is the same kind of thing where whoever finishes this first will win a sheepskin, or whoever has the most points at 11:59 p.m. on Sunday, October 4th will be the winner. So there are all kinds of different things you can do. You don't have to be necessarily a fiber artist, though it does help if you are to win. There are points here that are specifically for that. But we also have points that are specifically for someone who loves to cook with lamb, and specifically for people who are in Dixon or have been to past festivals. So there's a wide range of categories. And just different things that will, again, help you get familiar with the app, familiarize with Lambtown Festival, and hopefully you guys all have a lot of fun with that. I know it was a lot of fun creating this game, and it was a lot of fun creating the app as well. So I'm going to go back to the home screen here, and I will leave on that note of saying thank you. Thank you all for joining us for Lambtown Festival 2020. I'm definitely missing seeing everybody, getting to talk to you personally, but we can see each other in the chats and in messages and in all the different breakout sessions and the watch parties and things like that. So I hope to see you all virtually sooner rather than later. We have lots of events starting already going on right now with Lambtown Festival. So I hope to see you all there, and especially see you on October 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So thank you, and enjoy.